The year was 2018. Uganda Knuckles had taken over VR chat, and Year 8 me had downloaded Unreal Engine 4 for the first time. For example, this is the first game I made. It's called Creepy Bloke. Now, the premise of this game is it's quite simple. You start off working at Mickey Workplace as your average bloke, and as you traverse the facility, you got to avoid the untextured models I made in Sculptress. And you can't forget the banging tunes that come with this game. Also, while trying to beat this game, for some reason I got sent back to the start, which resulted in me getting just spawn camped by the fucking stupid ass AI. But thankfully, on my second attempt, I made it to home time, in which we get to meet, this policeman. And finally, once you make it home, you win. Yeah, I just thought this would be pretty funny to share. By the way, if you want to download any of these, they're all on Game Jolt. I don't know why you would want to, but yeah. So there's a few things I've been working on lately. One being a game called Pirate Fighting Simulator with my friend Seb. It's like a recreation of Sea of Thieves combat system. There's another called Cannonfluff. It's basically a Team Fortress 2 like arena shooter, but a little different. And there's another called The Liminal Spaces of 2003. Now this was based off of my GCSE English actually. I think I started this like July of last year, but I haven't really done much with it because I feel like it's really hard to get right. This obviously being based off of like the back rooms and like other liminal spaces. I find them really interesting. That's why I wanted to make this. By the way, I'm not an expert in this, so all the things that I do are probably going to be very inefficient or just wrong. Alright, so for the TF2 arena shooter, so far I've got one class that doesn't work and one class that kinda works. What I thought about adding is, you know those med packs that are around the TF2 and just other arena shooters and stuff like, that you pick up and you gain health, fucking obviously. I kinda wanted that in Cannonfluff, so I got to work in Blender trying to make a somewhat alright looking med pack, and now it came on to the texturing. And I've accidentally made the Canadian flag. Let's just invert that real quick. There we go, that's what we want. Then to put the image on the model, match up the UVs a wee bit and we're done. And to put it in Unreal, I made a blueprint, called it MedPack BP. And to make it spin like it does, we need to do a simple bit of reverse circular calculation of bifrotor so we can get the angle of the Springelbeeb. And then it's pretty easy, it's one node. Pretty cool actually. For now, I've made it so when you walk over the med pack, you get 100 health rather than like just adding 50. I'll figure that out at some point. Also, I'm not going to go to ever like the code or what I've done because this ain't no tutorial. And there we go, working med pack. Although I feel like we could add like a sound so players know that you've picked it up. There we go. Don't think that sounds half bad. Now, one of my friends had a pretty good idea for the Cannoneer class. And that was to add like a grapple hook. But this involves me not only fixing the Cannoneer class, which it is currently broken, but also me knowing how the fuck a grapple hook works in Unreal Engine. But you know what? We'll do it. We'll do it. After doing a wee bit of research, I found a good tutorial, and this other guy who has a project linked in his description to a very, very good grapple hook. Taking a look at the project, it's really good. It's a pretty good grapple hook. But what he uses is like a projectile and then like the projectile sticks. I kind of want it to be hit scan so it's like instant. So I fixed a couple of the issues that the Cannoneer class had and followed the tutorial on how to make a grapple hook. However, halfway through, the Cannoneer class broke again. The fucking host can't shoot the gun, but the client can shoot the gun. It's goofy. But anyway, that's a job for future mechs. Right now we've got a cool grapple hook. I put a glowy red texture on the grapple hook, which I think looks really cool, but I also tried this rope texture. I prefer the red one, because the rope one is like see-through and weird, and the red one stands out a little better. And for lore purposes, the red is called Magnium. Yeah, peep that one. Anyway, that's enough of that one. Let's move on to Pirate Fighting Simulator. So my task here is to make it so you can actually shoot the weapons. I sort of got it down, but it's really fucking weird and difficult. Because when another player joins, when they look up and shoot, the bullet won't go up. It'll only go side to side. I don't know how to replicate it, so you can go like you can shoot up and down. I managed to get it working on Cannonfluff, but it just will not work for fucking this Gus blueprint that I've made. So what I was thinking of doing was like taking the Rocketeer blueprint from Cannonfluff and just putting that into Pirate Fighting Simulator and just rebuilding that from the Rocketeer blueprint. That's the only way I can think of currently. So if any like Omega brains see this, could I have some help, please? But I'll show you what I've done so far. I've put like sway on the weapons to make it look really, really cool. And I did a little bit of inverse kinematics to put the Gus hand onto the weapon, so it at least looks a little nicer. For the maps and the models for this game, the Theb modeled them and Theb did the maps. The water is supposed to like propel you upwards, and you have like Gus jumping around and stuff. It's really cool, but for some reason the water just doesn't work for me. This will probably get finished at some point, but it's just, we're kind of fucking stupid. So when I know a little more is when this game will be finished. There's a lot more that goes into it than I originally thought. Should be good when it's completed though, hopefully, maybe. Yeah, so this one's about liminal spaces and stuff. I haven't done a whole lot with this, and I have been doing it for a while, because I thought this would be easier than it was, but so far, I mean, I've got the main sort of like office, I've got chairs and stuff. I modeled the keyboard, the monitor, not the chair. I did not model the chair. I actually nicked that off of Sketchfab, but a lot of the other stuff I have modeled, including this wonderful painting. I got the fact that you can open doors and you can close the doors, and it takes you to like a different level. I quite like how I did the doors, where it's like behind it is a GLONASS and then you're up here on the other side. You can also pick stuff up, which I thought would be really interesting for like little Easter eggs or progressing to the next area or something. I don't know. However, it's a little buggy. I don't know why, but I have to be like right next to it, be able to pick it up.